Hey, what's up, everybody? This is B. Howard. It seems a lot of people are speaking on my behalf. I've never self-proclaimed to be Michael Jackson's son.
For years, Brandon Howard lived under the weight of whispers and rumors that he was the hidden son of Michael Jackson. The resemblance was undeniable. The voice, the mannerisms, even the talent, it all fed the fire. But when a shocking DNA test claimed to confirm what fans had long suspected, the world braced for a royal reunion. However, B. Howard did the unthinkable. He walked away. No fanfare, no press tour. He cut all ties. Why would a man turn his back on a legacy like that? Join us in this video as we reveal the details. DNA reveals that B. Howard is Michael Jackson's love child. Brandon Howard, known as B. Howard, once spoke in a video to clear up rumors. He said he never claimed to be Michael Jackson's son. He also made it clear he wasn't suing the Jackson estate and said he made his own money. Even though Brandon worked hard to build his music career, people kept comparing him to Michael Jackson. Some pointed out that his face, voice, and dance moves looked and sounded like the famous pop star. Brandon had always worked quietly in the music world. He wrote songs and performed, hoping people would notice his talent. But it wasn't long before fans noticed something more. His looks, his eyes, cheekbones, and smile reminded people of Michael. Then they noticed how he danced and sang. His voice had a breathy, emotional sound, and his moves looked a lot like Jackson's. Fans on social media couldn't stop talking. Brandon grew up with his mother, Mickey Howard, a popular R&B singer. She had close ties to the Jackson family. Joe Jackson, Michael's father, had helped manage Mickey's early career. Brandon was born just 2 years before Michael released Billie Jean, a song about a woman claiming Michael had fathered her child. Some fans thought Mickey might be the woman in the song. They pointed out that she was sometimes called Billie and believed the song could be based on real events. Brandon's appearance and talent made the rumors seem even more believable. People noticed even more similarities as Brandon grew older and gave more performances. He was seen at events with Michael in photos and videos. The way they stood, moved, and even wrote was compared by fans. While some thought Brandon was imitating Michael, others felt it was a natural trait that was inherited. Brandon, however, never said much. He didn't try to use the rumor for fame and seemed to carry the weight of it all quietly. In 2014, a dentist claimed he had Michael Jackson's DNA from an old dental device and tested it against Brandon's. He said the results showed a 99.9% match. The news spread fast. Some believed it, others did not. Experts questioned how the DNA was handled, and the lab named in the report denied doing the test. The man behind the story was known for chasing attention, and many called it a hoax. Brandon later said he didn't approve the test and wasn't part of any legal fight. Still, the attention hurt his career and made him step back from the spotlight. Brandon's mother, Mickey, finally spoke to a magazine. She said she hadn't known about the DNA test and denied hiding any secrets. She said she loved her son and had nothing to be ashamed of. But when asked about Michael Jackson, her answers were not straight. She didn't agree or deny anything. Her silence made people believe there was more to the story. After Michael Jackson died in 2009, his estate became very valuable. The people in charge were careful about keeping control. A new heir, like Brandon, could cause big legal problems. Some of Michael's siblings dismissed the story. Others stayed quiet. Most fans didn't know what to believe. Brandon stayed stuck in the middle, unsure where he really belonged. In 2025, Brandon decided to find the truth for himself. This time, he worked with a private doctor who had once helped Michael Jackson. The doctor used a real sample of Michael's DNA that had been kept safe. The testing process was watched closely by legal and medical experts. Along with the results, Brandon was given a sealed envelope with what was said to be a note and a credit card signed by Michael Jackson. The note, according to some, showed that Michael had wanted Brandon to receive it after his death. Brandon also learned that his mother may have signed legal papers years ago, agreeing to stay quiet. It's believed that Michael's father, Joe Jackson, helped arrange it all to protect the family's image. After learning the truth, Brandon stepped away from the public eye. Those close to him said he wasn't happy or proud. He was sad, hurt, and felt abandoned. He allegedly decided to cut ties by staying away from the Jackson family and the benefits that came with it. Beyond the shocking rumors and swirling headlines, who is Brandon Howard really? And how did his early life and deep love for music shape the man he became? Stay tuned for more. Brandon Howard, a life shaped by music, discipline, and rumors. Brandon B. Howard was born on April 2, 1981, in Los Angeles, California, at Cedars-Sinai Hospital. He grew up moving back and forth between Los Angeles and Chicago. Living in two very different cities helped shape him into someone who could adapt to any situation. Because of his mother's career, Brandon was around music from a very young age. He would often be backstage or in recording studios while his mother worked, and he even went on tour with her while still in elementary school. This early exposure to the music world made a big impact on him and inspired his own dreams. Brandon went to school at Marva Collins Prep School in Chicago. The school focused on discipline and hard work. Students were encouraged to compete in a healthy way and to always do their best. Brandon stood out, not only because of his good grades, but also because of his love for music. He would often sneak away from class just to practice singing with the choir. Even at a young age, it was clear that music was his passion and his calling. As he got older, Brandon started spending more time in recording studios. Instead of hanging out with friends or relaxing, he would sit in on recording sessions, watch professional engineers, and study everything they did. He didn't care about money at the time, he just wanted to learn. Eventually, all of that work paid off. Epic Records and Sony gave him a chance to work on a project for the artist Genuine. That job led to his first big paycheck and marked the beginning of his professional music career. From that point on, Brandon's career began to grow. He started working with popular artists like Neo and Trey Songz. He was also part of a special song written for the World Cup. That project brought together artists like Wyclef Jean, Jasmine Sullivan, and even South African singers connected to Nelson Mandela. It was a big task, with many voices and languages involved, but Brandon helped make it all work. It took several weeks to mix and organize the song, but the final result was something he was very proud of. Brandon's music style is a mix of modern pop and classic soul. He was influenced by great artists like Chaka Khan and the Jacksons, and of course, by his own mother. When he performs, he uses dance moves and energy that remind people of Michael Jackson. He has studied Michael's performances closely for years, learning every little detail. He respects Michael's talent and sees him as a major influence. Brandon prefers to focus on his music and the lessons he learned from the people who helped raise and guide him. Many of his mentors have passed away, but he still thinks about them and tries to honor their teachings. He believes in working hard, being honest, and staying humble. He says his success comes from repeating a simple routine, which is to perform, eat, rest, and do it all over again. That way, he keeps himself grounded and focused on what really matters. Brandon B. Howard has spent his life building a music career based on talent, discipline, and love for the craft. Even with all the rumors and headlines, he continues to make his own path. Instead of chasing attention, he lets his music speak for itself. He wants people to remember him not for gossip, but for the work he puts in and the songs he creates. For him, the most important thing is staying true to who he is and doing what he loves, no matter what others may say. As questions about Brandon Howard's identity continued to swirl, many began to wonder, what role did Michael Jackson's complex history with women and love play in shaping these rumors? Let's find out. The women in Michael Jackson's life. Love, rumors, and heartbreak. Michael Jackson, known all over the world as the King of Pop, was loved for his music, but his personal life was just as famous, especially when it came to the women he was linked to. Some of his relationships were real and well-known, but others were filled with mystery and rumors. Whether they were close friends, serious lovers, or something else entirely, the women in Michael's life have frequently piqued the interest of fans and the media over the years. Diana Ross was one of the most talked-about women associated with Michael. When they collaborated on the film The Wiz in 1977, their relationship began. They became very close, spending time together in places like New York's famous Studio 54. People who worked with Ross said they even stayed overnight at Michael's apartment. Diana was once heard saying, "Michael is definitely not gay," which caused a stir at the time. When asked if they were dating, both Michael and Diana gave confusing answers, often saying things like, "Ask her," or "Ask him." It's believed that Michael had strong feelings for Diana for many years, but she didn't feel the same way. Diana, who was 13 years older, was worried that dating Michael would seem strange to the public. Michael didn't seem to care about the age gap, but he was clearly hurt when Diana married businessman Arnie Naess Jr. in 1986. Even though he told people he was happy for her, deep down he felt jealous and heartbroken. Another woman linked to Michael was Tatiana Thumbtzen, a model and dancer who appeared in his music video, The Way You Make Me Feel. They got close during filming, and Tatiana even joined him on tour. But their relationship took a bad turn when she kissed him during a live concert in New York. Michael didn't expect it, and when Tatiana later joked on TV about dating him, Michael's manager fired her. It is not clear how serious they were, but some people think that Michael liked her. Another lady in Michael's life was Brooke Shields. For many years, they were close friends, and Michael always talked about her in interviews. Michael even asked Brooke to marry him at one point, when he was going through some legal issues and side talks from the public. Some people thought this was his way of trying to fix his image. But Brooke said no, as she was already dating tennis star Andre Agassi. She later said she thought Michael and Lisa Marie Presley made more sense together because they both came from famous families. Michael's marriage to Lisa Marie Presley was perhaps his most public romance. Though they divorced after 2 years, Lisa Marie said they stayed close even afterward. People saw them together in places like South Africa and London, and they were even photographed kissing outside a restaurant in Beverly Hills on her birthday. Even though Lisa Marie offered to have his children and wrote him letters, Michael never remarried her. He didn't want any more issues in his life because he already had children. Michael and Lisa Marie had a complex but perplexing relationship. She cared for him a lot, but she didn't understand him fully. It was more than just love during their deep and emotional time together. Michael Jackson's love life was full of deep emotions, missed chances, and real pain. Despite being one of the world's most famous people, He was just a regular guy looking for love and a relationship. Fame, age disparities, and the public's incessant attention molded his relationships, but they gave a human face to a mythical figure. How did Brandon's perceptions of loyalty and love change as a result of Michael's relationship with Lisa Marie? Keep watching to find out. Love, loyalty, and lessons from Michael and Lisa Marie. Many people were shocked by the news of Michael Jackson's marriage to Lisa Marie Presley. Michael, the king of pop, and Lisa Marie, Elvis Presley's daughter, looked like a strange mix. While some felt they had a real bond, others thought their relationship was just for show. Both of them had grown up in the spotlight and knew how hard fame could be. During their time together, they were seen in public a lot, but there were private struggles behind the scenes. Lisa Marie later said that she truly cared about Michael and tried to help him through some very hard times. She said he would often call her, crying and feeling stressed. She wanted to be there for him and give him support, but at the same time, she found it difficult to deal with the chaos in his life. Even after their divorce, Lisa Marie did not speak badly about Michael. Instead, she stood by him and even defended him when many others turned away, especially during the times when he faced public judgment. After Michael passed away, Lisa Marie said she was deeply hurt. She felt a strong connection to him that stayed with her. She even expressed in her writing her desire to have done more to assist him. Her candor caused others to view their connection in a new light. It was a genuine, emotional bond between two individuals who loved one another but were unable to keep it going. It wasn't only a fabrication of the media. Growing up near the Jackson family, Brandon Howard witnessed some of these events firsthand. He saw how the people in Michael's immediate vicinity would alter based on their desires. He also witnessed how devoted individuals like Lisa Marie remained long after the fame faded. Brandon was deeply impacted by the experience, which taught him the value of genuine love and trust. Spending time with the Jackson family wasn't just about music for Brandon. It was also about learning what happens behind the scenes of fame. He learned early that people can act one way in front of the camera and very differently in private. That shaped how he saw the world and how he handled the stories people told about him. While many were busy guessing if Brandon was really linked to Michael by blood, he focused on what he knew to be true. He remembered Michael as someone who was kind, talented, and very sensitive. Growing up with people like Michael and Lisa Marie helped Brandon understand what matters most in life, which are kindness, loyalty, and staying true to the people who really care for you, even when the world is watching. Brandon might have also learnt about the pressure that comes with fame and love. This raises a question. How did Michael Jackson's own words reveal the deep pressure he felt when it came to love and being truly understood? Let's learn more. Michael Jackson's private struggles with love, loneliness, and fame. Michael Jackson always felt very alone regardless of all the fame. Even though he had millions of fans and performed in big stadiums, deep down he was feeling shy and pushed himself from people. He always said that he didn't really feel comfortable unless he was on stage. From a young age, Michael was surrounded by grown-up situations. When he was just a boy touring with his brothers in the Jackson 5, he saw things that a child should not have seen. He remembered groupies, young women who followed the band, coming to their hotel rooms. Sometimes he would have to pretend to be asleep while his brothers spent time with these women in the same room. Michael said those moments stayed with him and made him feel strange and uncomfortable. It made him afraid to get close to people when he got older. Even as an adult, Michael had a hard time forming close relationships. He said he was too shy to talk to regular people. He often spent time with models or people in show business because he felt safer that way. But even then, he still felt lonely. He admitted that fans' love helped fill the emptiness he felt inside, especially because he didn't always feel loved as a child. He once said that he hoped if he became famous enough, maybe his father would finally love him. Michael also talked about how hard it was for him to go to places like shopping malls or movie theaters. Crowds made him nervous. He didn't like being stared at or followed. Sometimes he would disguise himself just to go outside without being noticed. When it came to dating, Michael said he didn't usually ask women out. He preferred things to be quiet and private. Michael was very private about his personal life. When someone asked if he was a virgin, he smiled and said he was a gentleman. He felt that some things should stay private and not be shared with the world. One of Michael's biggest dreams was to have a big family. Coming from a large family himself, he said he wanted lots of kids, maybe even more than 12. But he also said his music was his first love, and sometimes it got in the way of his personal life. He once said, "I'm married to my work." Even with all the fame, what Michael really wanted was someone who would love him for who he truly was, not for his money or name. Do you think Michael Jackson is the biological father of B. Howard? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the next video shown on your screen to catch up on your favorite celebrity stories. See you there.